Prepared.
What's routine?
Yeah.
What I didn't know about though was that, have you ever heard of the term the hijra in Islam? It's when
No.
Muhammad and his companions fled Mecca and went to Medina.
Funky cold or other ones. Funky cold Medina. Never mind.
So that's an important moment in the development of Muhammad's religious movement. But there was a thing called the first hijra, which I'd never heard of, which was a kind of a smaller exile situation where some of his companions fled Mecca because their families were threatening them because they were part of this cool new trend, and they weren't down with the polytheism of their parents, so that was a problem. And a lot of them fled across the strait to Aqsa.
Okay.
And they were taken in by the king, they were protected in around 615 AD, and the king kind of recognised that maybe their beliefs weren't so different to his. You know, they had some stuff to say about Jesus that he didn't disagree with. They liked Mary.
Really?
You know, they were monotheistic. And so he was like, yeah, I'll protect you from your weird relatives who want to kill you.
Okay.
Monotheism. And I suppose that it's kind of an overlookable detail that the Ethiopic Christian emperors were gave refuge to early Muslim refugees, which is was a surprise.
Are you telling me they're recognizing their many similarities as opposed to focusing on their tiny differences? That just makes me mad as hell, Joe. Mad as hell.
This is like during the lifetime of the Prophet who was Islam. That's surprising.
Right.
Then soon after the hijrah to Medina, more refugees came here, and there are sort of shrines and stories of saints who Rabbis in Islam were there at this early point. But importantly, in 825, so a little later, they start getting the missionary activity. Arab merchants are a big part of, they're seen in all the ports along this coast, and they bring with them missionaries and their new religion. And it was embraced quite widely along the coast.
I know I've embraced missionary activity in my time. Sorry.
I'm sorry, Mark.
Phrase it like that.
The place is called Djibouti, and you haven't joked about that yet, but you managed to make a missionary joke.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed.
I like Djibouti as much as I like Gifronti. Right?
I have to get that out of the way at some point. Yeah.
Thank you. Please continue telling us about the birth of Islam. Joe.
But basically, Islam was very widely adopted by the ethnic Sunnis in the region, with many tribes, including those who later become the Issa group who are there today, and the Afars.
So they both come from this time?
They are their predecessors, so both buckled around the region.
Okay.
Some of the names may have shifted a little bit, but it's only 1,200 years ago. Ethnic groups still had to crop up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It seems the Afars may have been the first Africans to adopt Islam. So really Djibouti and its neighbouring, I think Eritrea is mostly Muslims.
Yeah.
And Somalia for sure. So kind of the coast became Muslim while the inland stayed Christian. And there's been a lot of dispute before about that. It seems that most place names in Djibouti are far in origin. Obviously not all of them. Quite a lot, which suggests that they might have been in that particular couple of square kilometres of country a bit longer, maybe. I'm not sure. People would dispute that. And I just came across the Afars claim descent from Arabs.
Oh yeah.
Through a mythic Yemeni ancestor. Although, according to this source I was reading, they differ racially, linguistically, and culturally.
So that source isn't feeling it.
No.
So pretty much in every way that matters.
I suppose it's not unlike what we saw in Western Sahara, where there was this kind of prestige associated with having an Arab ancestor.
Oh yeah.
So tribes would kind of say, obviously those from around here, our grandfather was such and such, such and such, who's a friend of the cousin. And that means we're better.
Weird. It's weird actually that wasn't taken.
Well, in Europe, it's Troy. So he's trying to go back to Troy.
But I mean, like, Well, you know, I'm Henry VIII, with a fat leg, I don't know why, but you know, obviously, I'm St. Peter's.
Oh.
You know, something like that, like,
I think the Merovingians came to this thing from England. And the Romans tried to control it. So, the Arab trade is strengthened is not very good. And a really important town is based on the same way. Which is a Somali deer town to struggling with terminology, plan, trying. So, Zila is now just across the border towards maybe called Somaliland.
we're not getting into it.
Which is a bit of what's definitely called Somalia.
We're not, as long as I'm as a part of this podcast, we ain't doing Somalia. We're just not doing it to ourselves.
Yeah.
No. It's too complicated, too sad.